Hello buckaroos, buckarettes. Welcome back to the channel. Last time we were jawing, I was over at Possum Kingdom camping out at a site that Moto Giant had been at a couple of years ago. Great camp spot. I hung out there for 3-4 days, commuting with the deer and the wild geese. Then I headed out to Anson to visit with my brother and my sister-in-law for a couple of days, and then rode down to Potosi to see my other sister-in-law for a couple of days. Then went up into the hills just south of Abilene for a couple of days of camping, actually to spend the Easter weekend. But on Sunday night, I had a catastrophic failure on my Haven XL, which I'd been sleeping in for about a year, non-repairable. So I had to pack things up, and luckily I was only about 200 miles away from the home camp. So we rode back, spent a few days conversing with Derek and the team up at Haven and up in Utah. Got things figured out and got a new Haven sent to me. And according to Derek, they've made some improvements on it. My catastrophic failure came from the spacer bar and the nylon pocket. It went straight through the nylon pocket and through the tent and put about a 5-inch hole in it. Couldn't repair it, but anyway, they sent me a new one, and I want to say thanks to Derek and Tim and JB and all the crew up at Haven for getting me a new Haven XL out here. We packed it up, getting it ready to go, and we're getting ready to head out. I've had some legal things that I've had to take care of here in the home fort. That and putting up with a lot of rain. It's raining a lot here. In fact, we've got about an 80% chance of more showers coming in today. But one of the things I wanted to go over is I've had a few of the guys that I moto camp with asked me to do a video about, hey Gary, what do you carry with you, and how do you get everything packed up? So we're gonna kind of show you those things, and I'll tell you how I get them packed up and put on the bike, and that'll give you an idea of what I travel with. All right, we're going to take a look at what I call home that I pack on the bike. Now, all of this will go into a Wild Heart dry bag. Moto Giant did a review of this one a few months ago. I really did like it, and so I picked one up. I picked up the 66-liter dry bag from Wild Heart. You give me 100 liters, I'm just going to pack more crap into it, add more weight to the bike. So I got the 66-liter. I'm really happy with it. Things pack well. But what goes into that Wild Hearts dry bag? This is the Haven XL. This is the Haven XL air pad right here. I put it in an extra protective case just to keep things safe as much as possible. And then this is the underquilts. And for the first time since 2018, I'm not going to be carrying my military issue wool blankets. I'm going to try something else this trip. Not 100% sure I'm doing the right thing, but we're going to try it. This is a 20-degree sleeping bag. I've also got a 20-degree ground bag, or a bivy bag, that I'm going to take with me just in case that I throw up under the bike and need to do some camping real quick before I set up the Haven. As you well know from what Moto Giant has talked about, I am a tarp man. This is the One Wind tarp. This is the Gear Top tarp. This is my Alpine Mountaineer ground tarp. And this is my Northern Tools tarp. It's been cut down. I kind of use it as a ground tarp nowadays. It's also the one, if I'm just going to throw up real quick, I'll throw it up over the bike, and then I'll put this down on the ground along with this, and we'll call it quits for the night. This right here is my sleeping bag sheet, and the sheet that also goes over the top of my Haven air pad, which kind of gives me a little bit more insulation. But all of this right here goes into the yellow dry bag that goes up onto the back of the bike. Okay, here's all of the cooking gear that I carry. All of my cooking gear is carried in this little black bag right here. This is a double insulated igloo cooler that I used to carry on the side of my port side pannier. I'm going to do things a little bit different this year to see if things work out. This is kind of my little utility bag. It's got my fire starters in there. It's got a lighter, some water purification tablets, some iodine, and some other things in there. This is my 40-ounce Stanley stainless steel cook pot. Here's a GSI mug. This is my sophisticated gentleman's drinking cup, an idea I got from Jim up in Newfoundland. I kind of liked his, so I got one kind of like it. This is a fire maple non-stick skillets. I picked this up after watching Spaztec cook some stuff in his. I really did like it. I used to carry a 6-inch cast iron skillet with me. It was really nice, kind of hard to take care of on the road as far as being able to get it all oiled up all the time and keep it clean, and it is a bit heavy, so I went with this one right here last year. This is a kind of a knockoff on the Firebox. I really do like it. I've only used it twice. It's really small, but it works really, really well. Especially if you've got like a small, if you're just cooking for one, which normally I do, this thing comes in really handy. You can put it together in probably less than a minute. That's how fast it goes together. It's kind of like the Firebox. You have to keep putting wood into it. Oftentimes what I will do is I will carry maybe 6 or 7 little briquettes that I can stick in there. Usually it takes about 4, and I can cook probably almost 2 hours on those briquettes to keep everything nice and warm. It's really good for keeping my coffee warm in the morning too. This is new this year, the Zaldiran camping grill. Moto Giant also did a review on this. I'll try to find the link to that video and put it down on the description below. I've used this once and I really do like it. It's fairly easy to use. It's fairly simple. It fits in the side pannier very well. Doesn't take up a whole lot of space. The only difficult thing that you're going to have with this is the ground rod. If it's moist ground, semi-moist, it goes into the ground really, really easy. If you're out west, southern New Mexico, southwest Texas, like down in the Big Bend area, you might have a difficult time getting this thing into the ground. They do tell you in the instructions not to hammer on the rod because it can deform it and you'll have a hard time getting the grill in place and the handle in place. So far, I've been lucky. I did have a little bit of a difficult time getting it set when I was down in Abilene. It was kind of dry up on the hills. But we got it in and it works really, really well. I'm really excited about using this this year. This is my propane. I also carry a spare Coleman butane tank with me. Now, all of this that you see on this table, all of this goes into the port side pannier. It's new for this year. I used to carry this on the outside, but I'm going to start carrying it on the inside this year. I've kind of reduced some stuff, so we're going to get all of this packed up, and it goes on, like I say, goes onto the port side pannier, and it makes it all nice and neat. Really only 2 things inside the pannier, makes it really simple to get things in and out. Okay, here's the equipment that goes into the starboard side pannier. This is my camping table. I got this from, I believe it was Tim. It's a GSI camping table. You can see it's fairly small, but it turns out to be a really nice sturdy table to cook on. This is my rain gear. My X-Dragon solar charger. I don't have to charge a big computer. All I have to do is my camera batteries and my phone, and that's about it. It's supposed to be a 40-watt charger, but Moto Giant and Spaztec, we hooked it up when we were up in Colorado, and if I'm really lucky, I might get 25 watts out of it, but it does the job for me. This little bag right here is full of all my tent stakes, my first aid kit, which has just about everything you need to do some minor surgery, including sutures. These two bags carry all of the cordage that I need, and then the other one carries 4 cinch straps that I use for various things. Typical thing, it's better to have and not need than to need not have. And then of course my G4 free camping chair normally goes on the starboard side top pannier, and I just strap it down, and that's everything except for my clothes and my tools, and I'll show you what those go into next. And finally, this is my clothes bag. I actually have 2 of these rigid boxes. One is permanently mounted to the back of the Tiger, and in that one I carry all of my tools, all of the air pump, tire patch equipment, all of the tools. Everything goes in there, along with some extra straps that I need, but it's permanently attached. And then when I get ready to put this one on, this simply comes up and will snap on to the bottom one, and it secures it in place. And then I throw just a strap around it to extra security. And this carries all of my clothes. I normally carry like 3 pair of underwear, 3 pair of socks. I've got 2 high-vis yellow shirts, which gives me the name Bright Gary. I carry those. I'll normally carry a couple of t-shirts and a pair of shorts, and my extra riding pants are in here as well. So everything is compacted down for this, and the tools, they go into these boxes, and this can easily be taken off when I get ready to camp. It can be put up under the hammock to keep it out of the wind. So far I've ridden in the rain with this twice now, and it has not leaked. It's got a very sturdy weather strip inside of it, and I have not had it leak on me. And I've been through 2 pretty good downpours out here in West Texas, so I'm looking forward to a good season this year. Getting ready to leave in a week or 2 as soon as I get the rest of my legal stuff done, and hope you enjoyed it. I'll try to get everything put together and give you one final look when we get ready to leave. All right, buckaroos and buckarettes, that's a look at the equipment that I carry. I haven't put everything to the scales. The last time I weighed it, I was just a hair under 100 pounds for all of the equipment. That includes the weight of the panniers and everything that goes into it. So not too bad, just under 100 pounds. I have a feeling that I'm going to be just a hair over 100 pounds. I've got a couple of more things that last minute things will always come up, and I'll have to throw them somewhere. So hopefully we'll see you out on the roads. If not, you make sure you ride safe and keep the wheels down to chrome up. See you guys later. Bye-bye.